Alrighty, welcome back to part 18 of Ninten's Second Quest. We left off in the last episode. We were at the top of this building and we were looking at Eve's crazy sprite and the crazy Queen Mary and Dragon sprite in this piano room, which is pretty cool. But yeah, definitely Eve is 3 people currently. And now it looks like Eve's like a teacher, I think, and a kid, and a body, as per usual. But yeah, we actually have audio again, thankfully. And yeah, this episode's pretty chill. We're just gonna walk around, like the entire early game with Eve, see what Eve turns into. Generally, just vibe. Yeah. Lloyd is dead. That's always good. And, yeah, we're chilling in Thanksgiving. I was talking about earlier that Thanksgiving's probably my favorite city. I think it's I think it definitely is my favorite city. It used to be so nice, like, so relieving making it to Thanksgiving when I was learning the speedruns. For, like, GBA. When I was first learning it, I was like, I finally made it. I made it to Lloyd. This is like, I'm actually somewhere. I'm out of the early game. I don't really know what I'm doing. I think I'm trying to like walk back to Mother's Day, but I don't know where the path is. So I'm just walking around the bottom left of Thanksgiving. But we are certainly vibing. Eve is definitely just being Eve. The Eve walk cycle is just so good. It's so funny. Look at Anna's got huge arms. Okay. That looked funny though. When I was walking straight up with that palette, it just was Anna's head and then the faceless body, the headless body of the very top of Eve's sprite. Oh, we got a maniac truck. That guy will destroy Ninten. Except Eve will destroy him first, so it does not matter. And it's so funny. You like see Eve's normal sprite for like very... Like, it, like, flashes Eve's normal sprite when the battle ends, and the game's like, nope, gotta correct it, and then it changes to all the garbled mess. I didn't really see it that time, but the first battle I kind of saw it. I'm sure, I've seen it a lot of times throughout this playthrough. Or over the last couple episodes, I mean. And yeah, I never did the invisible party glitch. I've been thinking about that a lot. There's only... This is the third to last episode. There's gonna be one more episode after this, and then after that will be the last episode. And I'm contemplating going back in. I want to go in for more. I got to do the invisible party glitch. The dog dropped a flea bag. That was so optimal. I could do the flea bag glitch on a different enemy with Eve in my party. I literally went to it in the menu. I was like, that's funny. That item is the only reason Eve is currently in my party, and then when Eve killed the dog, it dropped that item. Pretty hype. But yeah, it's so, like, the glitches in this game are so fun. And it's just, like, they're so random and interesting, and they're usually only caused by items. Like, every glitch is caused by items. And really, it's only 2 items. It's the breadcrumbs and the flea bag. This is like they're just like coded not perfectly. And because of those 2 items, we have like the glitches that are in this game. There are a couple other things that aren't because of items, like the music glitch, keeping Youngtown's music into a different area. Now that I'm thinking about that glitch, there's probably so many more places you could do that other than just Youngtown. That's like the place to do it, because the Youngtown song is only played in Youngtown. It's not played anywhere else in the game, and you get teleport, so you like just get teleport. You're like, alright, I'm gonna teleport through the swamps now. And then the music stays Youngtown. But like, I'm sure you could do that anywhere. There are 2 loading zones on the overworld. Or not loading zones, but two different overworld zones that have different music. I'm sure you could just teleport from one to the other. There's not a lot of overworld places with music. It's mostly towns. Because usually when you're in the overworld, it's being friends. And it's being friends in Podunk. But Snowman has its own theme. But there's no loading zone. Like, actually there is a loading zone, so you can't do the glitch. There's no, like, separate area to connect to Snowman. Snowman's completely isolated. Only way to get there is the train or the tunnel. And either of those would reset the music. You wouldn't be able to do the glitch. Alright, we brought Eve home. So we got the whole gang at home. We got Ninten, we got Anna, we got Dead Lloyd, and we got Eve, who's currently mimicking the mom. That's funny. So it looks like when Eve is doing these sprites, that blonde lady's actually Ninten's mom, not just a random girl. And I used the basement key. Smart. That item actually has the world map. And it's funny seeing the presents flickering, because there's 4 sprites plus the present sprites, which is 7 total. Basement's not ready for 7 sprites. That's funny. Neither is the house for this many sprites, because the phone counts. Alright, we're getting rid of the basement key. We literally do not need that. And we're gonna give her our flea bag, because we don't need that either. She's holding a rope and 4 medicines, and the basement key, and the grandfather's diary, and the flea bag. So it's a pretty tidy storage. It's only these 8 items. Half of them are medicines, and medicines you can get infinite of very easily. So yeah, here we are, Ninten's house. Ninten's room, I mean. Got the whole gang. I love Dead Lloyd. I'm so happy he died. It would have been... It's so much more cultural having him dead. If he was alive here... Oh look, it's the doll. And Eve. Flickering into Eve. But it's the doll sprite in Eve. That's crazy. And what is that? What? It's like a... I don't even know. It's 2 squares, but they're like almost 3-dimensional. And there's a lot of cut off bodies. It's definitely an interesting sprite for sure. That was probably Eve facing down. This is Eve facing left. And then that's Eve facing up. And then that's right. And yeah, that's funny. That's really funny. Eve turns into a doll in Ninten's house. That's so perfect. Ninten's mom just walking through Eve's sprite like it's nothing. Like that. And that. I'm like covering up sprites with Eve. That's funny. Eve is just so tall. Oh. Yeah, I wonder how the sprite flickering works. Like, if there are just too many sprites on this one line, then it, like, blocks out the other sprites on your x-axis. But they, like, come back in, and they're still tangible, and they still work. But they, like, unload the graphics. It's interesting. Say bye to Pippi again, even though she was just in the swamp, like, 20 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago. I always love that aspect of the speedrun. It's like you save Pippi like 15 minutes in or 20 minutes in, and then if you're doing glitchless, then you do teleports in the swamp. Like in GBA, you do teleports like 30 minutes later, like actually at like the 45 minute mark. I think my teleport split is under 40 minutes. So you literally see Pippi again like at her house, and you drop her off at her house. Well, actually, you drop her off at the mayor's. She probably just goes straight, because in a speedrun setting, Pippi's like, I don't gotta go back to my house. I know the speedrunner's not going there. So then Pippi does the dash all the way to Youngtown to set up her second house, so that she can be there when we get there in 30 minutes. Pippi's built so different. Prubin knows. Prubin loves Pippi, because Pippi's stats are insane. Prubin did like this ROM hack of Mother 3, where he replaced the first Mole Cricket with like the beta Pippi sprite in Mother 1. Is literally the funniest thing ever. That was like ingrained into my memory. It's so funny. And he made like all of the stats like unkillable, like perfect everything stats, and he could not beat it. It was so good. And then when it was like normal Mole Cricket, he like 2-shot it. It's so funny. But he was like, this is real Pippi, this is untapped Pippi potential, and it was just like him getting bodied by Pippi. That's a Mole Cricket. It was so funny. Yeah. But, so yeah, we're just walking around. I don't know why I went down and then back to the house again. I was talking about random stuff, but, like, I didn't notice anything really happen at all. We're just chilling in Podunk, this Podunk lady. We got the crazy Sprite, crazy walk cycle. I think what we're gonna do next is, kill this snake. No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna go to Magic Ant. We're gonna go up to the cave. Okay, I hope I withdrew my great-grandfather. That must have been what I did, was withdrawing great-grandfather's diary. Because there's literally no way I could get to Magic Ant without it. If I Onyx hooked, Eve would leave the party. So that is not viable. I will not be Onyx hooking. And instead, I will be walking like a man. Onyx Hook is just a little. I mean, in this situation, it would be fast. I was gonna say Onyx Hook is slow, but in this situation, it would actually be faster than walking. But as I have proved last month in the GBA version, it's currently slower to get the Onyx Hook than it is not getting the Onyx Hook. And not getting the Onyx Hook includes this like route that I'm doing right here, walking to the Magic Ant Caves a second time just to kill the dragon and then beat the game. But you have to go back to Magic Ant at least one time. And after your first visit in glitchless GBA, and we do that right before the end of the run. And that was like one of the reasons why people thought it was slower, was because you have to walk all the way. Meanwhile, when you have the Onyx Hook, you can just Onyx Hook right out of the ghost house and basically be it in Magic Ant, be at the dragon like 1 minute later. But not getting the Onyx Hook saves a lot of time like after the first 30 minutes. There's a section that wastes like so much time that I had to reroute out. It was so much time lost. And yeah, GBA version is just great. One of the reasons I mainly speedrun the GBA version and not this version or the NES version is because, like, the prototype, Earthbound Beginnings, it's because I don't like the movement in this game at all. I don't like moving the characters. I don't like moving the cursors. I don't like anything. At least the English version has a run button, which is a positive and a negative. It's a huge positive because, wait, why is Lloyd alive? How did that happen? Did I revive him? What happened there? But anyways, the run button's great in the English version because it lets you. It's like a ×2 speed. It lets you just like be so much faster. It lets you skip or like speed up a lot of unspeed upable cutscenes in the GBA version, so that is cool. That part's cool. But other than that, since the movement system, the grid is so clunky that even with the run button in the English version, I'm like, my movement gets like 2 times worse. It gets 2 times faster, but it's 2 times worse as well, and I cannot like, I feel like I have no control over Ninten when I'm like playing the English version with the run button, holding the run button. The way to get control is by menu running every step, but then you have to have a rhythm too, and that's just another thing. But like, I don't know, when I'm playing the GBA version, I feel like I have perfect control over Ninten, and I feel like he goes exactly where I want him to go. And that's because I've played the GBA a lot more. But I felt that way before I started speedrunning. I felt that the GBA version was vastly more playable than the NES version. But the GBA version, to be fair, the GBA version is, the English version's a fan translation, so it never officially came out. Mother 1+2 never officially came out in English. And then, now that Mother 1's on the Wii U and the Switch, I'd probably recommend playing that for your first time. But before then, before it came out on, like, especially the Switch, I mean, when it was on Wii U, it was pretty hype, but it was like, no one had a Wii U. Oh, this is interesting, I should talk about this. When you have 4 party members, you cannot recruit a 5th party member. So that's why I can do this infinite Flying Man jingle, like, I can just keep talking to him forever. And he will never ever join me because my party's maxed out. Like, he tries to join me, and then Ninten's party says, no, we're full, and then he just doesn't even move. And so yeah, you can literally listen to that a trillion times. I lost my train of thought. I forgot what I was talking about before. Something about Mother 1 GBA. Oh yeah, so if you've never played this game before, I literally had a warning at the start of this playthrough, probably not to watch this playthrough. But if you are a super brave person and have never played this game, but maybe you've seen it a ton, and you're like, I haven't played it, but I've watched it a ton, and I know a lot about the game, and you're watching it, I would recommend playing the GBA version, the fan translation of the GBA version, because that version includes an easy ring, and it was the first way I played this game, and it was so enjoyable. Like, using the easy ring makes this game incredibly not frustrating. Like, I wouldn't even say it makes it easy, especially on your first playthrough. I mean, it does make it really easy, like mathematically, numbers-wise, statistically, it makes the game so easy. But, like, there's more than just numbers. There's a lot of things you have to know about this game. But yeah, I'd highly recommend using the easy ring and playing Mother 1+2 if you haven't before. If you've never played this game, I would recommend doing that or playing the English version on the Switch, because that's with Nintendo Switch Online, it's highly accessible. But yeah, just the movement in the GBA version is so much nicer. I cannot go fast on the grid movement. But GBA version's a lot more obscure, so I think a lot more people know the NES Famicom versions. And for that reason, a lot of people, for their first playthrough, will try it on NES or Famicom, and then not have the easy ring, and then get walled, and don't know where to go. Like, the intention behind the game... Oh yeah, Eve's... I haven't even, talked about Eve's sprite, but this is what Eve looked like in that piano room in the elementary school. This is, the Magicant sprite sheet or whatever. Oh no, Lloyd's gonna get experience. Oh god. Oh no, my biggest fear. Oh, he got 1 point, it's all good. Yeah. I think I said this when we were first in Magic Camp, but this cave's, the layout's totally different in the English version versus the Famicom version. And I don't think I ever got the PSI stone here. I don't know, maybe I did, but I think I went the entire playthrough without finding it, because I'm just really intelligent. I don't know, I think when I was playing this, I tried to look up a map of this cave. I think it's actually called Crystal Cavern. This is called the Crystal Cavern or something. I used to just call it Magic Hand Cave. But, I think when I was playing this, I was trying to look up a map, or around the time I was playing this, I was looking up a map, and any map I could find of the Japanese version definitely wasn't listing any of the items. Even if there was listing items, it was probably a Japanese map. And then anything I could find English-wise that had a map of this Crystal Cavern layout, it definitely never had items on it ever. So, I don't think I ever bothered. Plus, it's just a PSI stone, I don't really need that. And it has so much PSI. And, I don't know. I don't have a use for it. I have so many options. Plus, I have Eve. It literally so doesn't matter. Oh no, Lloyd's getting levels. I want to barf. But yeah. PSI stone inferior to Eve. That is all I have to say about that. Yeah, I think we're gonna kill this bonus swoosh, and then I think we're gonna take the train to Snowman. Wait, no, I don't think we do that. I think we do something different. I think we walk the line like we did in episode 1 or 2. I think it was 2. I think we're gonna walk to Snowman with Eve, because I'm just a freaking madman. Yeah, I think, I'm not really mad, man. It's not that crazy. I have Eve, and my party's at, like, high level. But, I think the reason I didn't take the train, and I think I took the tunnel here, because I wanted to show how short it really is. In the first episode, when I fell asleep in the tunnel and I was menu walking every step, it felt so long. I was in that tunnel for hours. And then the other one felt pretty long too, obviously not as long. But when you're not menu walking, it's so short. Especially when you get good luck and there's not a lot of enemies like what's currently happening right now. It's pretty free. Maybe we'll get lucky and Lloyd dies. Who knows? But yeah, I just really love the GBA version of this game. It was the first version I played, and then I played the NES version like about a year later, probably less than a year later. That was probably the last thing I was going to say about what I was talking about earlier, is that if you've only played the NES version or only played the GBA version of this game, you've only done one playthrough, let's say, of probably the NES version, I would recommend playing the other version. The GBA version and the NES version are so different to me. Like, as more time passes, it feels more and more different. But it's still the exact same game. And it's so crazy to me. So, like, if you did, like, an NES playthrough and you're like, okay, this game was fun, I like the music, but it's ridiculously hard and unfair and unbalanced. I don't want to play it again, ever. Never playing it again. That was a slog. I had to grind way too hard. If you fall into that category, I would definitely recommend playing the GBA version with the easy ring and just having fun. Like, you play video games to have fun, and I think I have the most fun with this video game relative to any other video game. Or I have more fun with this video game. I can play this game forever and ever and ever. And I feel like part of that is because I played the GBA version with the easy ring for the first time playing it. Like, I also used like a Starman.net walkthrough. It was so fun. Like, I was not good at the game. I died a lot. Looked up maps for every area. But it was so fun. And yeah, I'd recommend you like try it out on the other playthrough if you've only done one. If you've done more than 2 playthroughs of this game, you're definitely gonna enjoy this playthrough. You're definitely gonna have enjoyed this second quest, Ninten's second quest, because only madmen play this game more than twice. Okay, as you'll notice, I was totally wrong, and I obviously went and took the train. I am not walking through these tunnels. I thought I was cool, but I'm not cool, and I took the train. But the train's awesome because it gives you the Paradise Line song, which is one of my favorite songs. This song is so good. I talk about it in all of my glitchless speedruns when I get to this point, because any percent we don't take the train is too slow. But you have to in glitchless to go to Halloween. It's the most optimal way. And every time I do, I talk about how great this song is. I probably did earlier in this playthrough if I ever took the train earlier. Because, yeah, it's just that good. And then the transition to Snowman. So, yeah. I think we're gonna walk around for a little bit and then, call the episode here. Eve sprite's looking pretty default craziness. Oh, that was normal Eve. Whoa. Interesting, interesting. Turn into normal Eve and then spawn 4 wolves immediately. Let's see if we can get a Lloyd death here. You see, I guarded with my 2 characters I cared about and then definitely attacked with Lloyd. That would be pretty hype. Let's go. It's major success. Absolutely destroyed Lloyd. He deserves to die. He died in the Iron Man so fast. So fast. I don't think Teddy ever died in the Iron Man rules. I think he died like once or twice this playthrough. Other than scripted deaths, I think he died, or like scripted and glitched deaths. I think he only died once or twice by like actual enemies. Anna, though, did not die ever. And yeah, look, it's normal Eve. So when you take Eve onto the overworld on the GBA version, it looks like this. Like, Eve does not have a messed up sprite at all. Eve looks completely fine. Eve only gets a messed up sprite in the GBA version when Eve is dead, which is even more crazy. Because when Eve's dead, she immediately gets executed out of the party as soon as any battle ends. So if you have a dead Eve in your party, you have to avoid every single encounter. You cannot fight anything. And there's no menu walking in the GBA version. So you have to teleport through everything and then, like, pray. I don't know if you can kill Eve in the Famicom version. I actually might ask Tracy that, because I wonder what dead Eve sprite looks like. But I don't know. So the way you get dead Eve in the GBA version is by, like, you basically recruit Eve twice with the breadcrumb glitch. You recruit Eve, kill Eve, get the melody, and then do the breadcrumb glitch and recruit Eve again by warping to the underground base. And yeah. Oh, look, we got Dragon. And once you recruit her the second time, she spawns in dead. And it's just a great time. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is gonna have to be the end of the part. We are gonna call it here at the Snowman Tunnel. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. Have a good one.